Even after the departure of Jesse Lee Soffer from One Chicago, Jay Halstead and Haley Upton are in for more and greater tragedy in Chicago PD Season 10. While Jesse Lee Soffer has officially left One Chicago, Jay Halstead and Haley Upton will face more tragedy in Season 10 of Chicago PD. Soffer's tenure on the police procedural has ended 8 years after he first appeared as a member of Hank Voight's intelligence section. Having said that, things are only going to get worse for him and his wife, Upton, considering how the Chicago Police Department suspended their connection in the aftermath of Halstead's unexpected resignation from the department. Only 3 episodes into Season 10 of Chicago PD, the show had to bid goodbye to one of its original characters. Halstead suffered through an identity problem in the Season 10 episode A Good Man after accidentally killing a drug dealer while conducting an unauthorized inquiry. Instead of working things out with Upton, Voight, and the rest of the team, he resigned and returned to the Army. While it was sad to see the close-knit intelligence lose another member, it was more heartbreaking to see him say goodbye to his partner and wife. This was especially true given that the pair had recently married after a grueling year of police service in Chicago. The fact that Halstead has left doesn't imply that the worst is over for him and Upton. In fact, in Chicago PD Season 10, things might become even worse for them. Rather of properly terminating their romance, NBC gave them an open ending, with Halstead saying that his duty in the Army in Bolivia would only last 8 months. He will then return to Chicago to reconnect with her. As wonderful as this is, it just delays the couple's final breakup. Soffer has officially left the series, despite Halstead's vow. He has a little probability of returning as a regular cast member, so even if he ends up making a cameo down the road, it still won't be enough to properly move Halstead and Upton's story forward. Unfortunately, Chicago PD can't also keep their romance in limbo. Eventually, they would have to give them a definitive fate. What's worse is that it will likely be done off-screen because Soffer is no longer involved with the show. This isn't the first time the Dick Wolf-produced One Chicago series has done something similar. Longtime Chicago Fire cast member Jesse Spencer, who portrayed Matt Casey, also departed the show in Season 10, but in a less dramatic fashion than Soffer. Rather of severing ties between Casey and Sylvie Brett, NBC elected to keep them together, despite the fact that they had no future beyond their long-distance arrangement. They eventually split up in the Chicago Fire Season 11 premiere, but instead of presenting it correctly with both characters, the program had to be creative and just show it from Brett's perspective. The same could very well happen with Upton and Halstead's breakup unless they are able to convince Soffer to return just for the couple's split. Overall, Halstead's departure from the Chicago Police Department was regrettable. In the grand scheme of things, his parting narrative made no sense. It was difficult to believe his reasoning for abandoning everything in Chicago, including his marriage to Upton, and returning to the Army since it appeared hasty. Given how long Soffer had been on the police procedural, the character deserved a better send-off. So, although retaining the possibility of a reunion with Upton offers viewers something to grasp onto, Chicago PD is only extending the suffering by giving them false hope that things would turn out well for the pair. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to comment, subscribe, and give us a like.